Welcome to episode 5, week 5 of the show. If you are joining me again, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, if you're just coming here for the first time, and every week I'm going to do this, thank you. I really appreciate you joining. As promised last week, I said this episode had to be called Irons in the Fire because last week was supposed to be called Irons in the Fire, and I changed it at the very last minute. So I'm going to be doing a lot of voice acting, and I have been up so far. I've been in this. Sorry about that. I've been in this booth for like hours doing some stuff, which I'm about to talk to you about. But I want to use Audacity along with the other stuff. I don't know if you can see. I have 2 microphones here, so this is my backup redundant system in case something happens with this. But one of the benefits of doing this is once this audio file is done, I can just email it to myself. I'll get this without losing it, and that it's critical because this is Wednesday night, and this is the first stuff. I mean, I've got plenty of content which you're about to hear about and see, but I haven't put anything together yet into a cohesive show. Again, while I'm waiting for all the offers to come rolling in from the modeling agencies, I think I kind of threw a bunch of stuff up in the air at one time, and I didn't know what was going to come down first. But the thing that keeps ringing true to me is that I should probably try to get some voice acting going, try to get some voice acting auditions going, try to join something along those lines here at the beginning, because I have everything that I need for that. It just seems like that's the natural way to go. Plus, I don't have to leave here. I can audition here, I can get jobs here, and I can accomplish the jobs here because I've got a full studio. So it's stupid not to take advantage of that. That's what I'm doing. And so in that vein, I joined Backstage.com. Now, I did some research. I did quite a bit of research, and what I really should be going for, what I think I'm going to end up, where I think I'm going to end up is voices.com. Voices.com, specifically for voice acting. However, that one's kind of spendy. It's Backstage, so you can get other auditions as well, but it also has a voice acting pull down and division, I guess you'd say. So I've been putting out some auditions, and it's been really, really fun. And I've got some excerpts from those that I will share with you along the way here. But super fun. And then my daughter. My oldest daughter, who's also helping me produce this show, and she's helping with my media presence, my platform, my Instagram and whatever that's called, my social media platform. She's my social media platform manager, publicist. I don't know. All I know is that she uses the word algorithm a lot. So anyway, voice acting. So she turns me on to this thing on TikTok. She has me on TikTok, and there's some people out there that will send you voice acting challenges. And I went, what? Challenges? Somebody is going to challenge me? So on my TikTok, I did these duets, they're called, where someone's reading a line and then you read a line, and it ends up becoming a kind of a short little scene that you do, and it's really fun. Theirs is pre-recorded, obviously, and then you get all ready and you do yours, and it gives you plenty of time to practice. You could practice before you record. You can just sit and watch it over and over again and kind of get the timing of it, because it's got your lines here and then their lines here, and it's color coded. I mean, you can't really screw it up. Anyway, I did a few of those, and they were fun. It's on my TikTok. And go check out some of those. They're kind of fun. So also I've been doing some auditions and sending them out, two or three, maybe 4. I'll have to look into it, that I did through Backstage, and I sent those off. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'm doing that right yet. I'm still at such the infancy stage that I don't know if my submissions are going through correctly, or if they are, if I'm giving them what they want. So, but I'm going to get better at that. I'm going to get warmed up to that, and we'll just see. I think the ball will get rolling, and those will become easier. They already have. I've done a few, and it's also the week before Christmas, so I should say Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you're getting your shopping done. Please, please, please slow down, man. Just slow down. The roads are slick, they're icy, they're black ice, especially on bridges, like on the highways and stuff, man. Just slow down. You'll get there. You'll get there in plenty of time, okay? All right. Okay, hi. Good morning. I know what you're thinking. What happened? Where did he go? Well, it was 2:00 in the morning, and I had to go get some sleep. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore, and so here it is, Thursday morning, and I'm back, new and improved. I told you earlier about the auditions that I did for Backstage.com, and that was really fun and interesting. The first one I did was a narration, it was a political documentary, and it made me realize I don't want to do narration, and I thought I did. I thought maybe listening to the Planet Earth documentaries and all of those that I really enjoy. I make fun of them. I sit there and go, here, the female Sidodon is laid last clutch of eggs, blah, whatever. And I just, it's fun to make fun of. And I thought I could do that. I could read that shit all day long. Yeah, I don't want to. There's no way I could just sit in my own voice and read into I couldn't do an audiobook. I just don't know that I'd have the patience for that. I need to be a character, I need to be a person. Like one of the auditions I did, it had 3 lines, and the last line was the word yeah. So you know what I mean? Short and sweet. Let's get in, let's get out. I don't know. Hang on. Sorry. So yeah, I did this political documentary, something about the Chinese youth are the first ones in line to get pissed off at the Chinese government for stuff. And I kind of thought, well, isn't that the youth? Isn't that the job of a country's youth to get pissed off at the government for stuff? So I don't know. So yeah, it made me realize I don't think I want to do narration. The next one I did was I auditioned for the part of Sam in a show called Waifs and Strays. Now this one was interesting because they send you a YouTube little clip of what they want, and in this particular case, the actor Brian Cox, who was in Succession and a very notable actor, had these lines, and they wanted you to match his pace and tempo with these lines. So I did that. I watched that video a few times, and then I recorded myself saying those 3 lines, very short, 1 sentence. Like I said, the third one was just the word yeah. But so I sent that off for the part of Sam, Waifs and Strays, and also like I said earlier, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't know if I'm submitting right. I don't know if it's going where it's supposed to, but I'm learning. I'm pushing buttons, and I'll get better at that. So hopefully it went to somebody, but who knows. And then the last one was I auditioned for the part of the sheriff in a show called The Prince of Blood, and that one, there wasn't a script. They just asked you to provide something, and the only thing I've been recently reading a couple of poems for YouTube, and I did Invictus, and I just sent him a copy of that, of me reading Invictus. So we'll see where that goes. Next, what I want to do is, and this is part of the reason why I was here so late last night, was because I was reading all of these demos for voiceover, for scripts, like small little demos. Matter of fact, they're right here. And I did 4 or 5 of them. And this is what I was doing last night instead of, recording this show and getting it done. Anyway, these demos, I'm going to string them together in kind of a medley of voice-over auditions. And then along with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some video that I've taken from around here where I live in this Arctic wasteland. And I don't know how to film. I'm not a videographer. I'm not a filmmaker, but I'm experimenting with it like it's a new hobby. And so I went out and I took some footage of local Christmas decorations, and it was during the day. And so I'm going to go back out tonight, and I'm going to go to those exact same locations. I'm going to do the same thing with the Christmas lights on at night, and then I'm going to bring it back in here, and I'm going to transition, from the day shot to the night shot. And it's going to look really cool, and you're going to be really impressed. But I'm going to do that so that you have something to watch while you're listening to these auditions. So sit back, enjoy. Merry Christmas. I hope you like the footage. I hope you like my auditions, and I'll touch base with you on the other side and see what you thought. I'm not going to be able to know what you thought. I'm just going to tell you what I thought. That's what I'll do. I'll see you on the other side. I'll tell you what I thought. Jim Krager, voice actor.
Consequently, a German soldier conducts a search of a house suspected of hiding them. Where does the hawk look? He looks in the barn, he looks in the attic, he looks in the cellar. He looks everywhere he would hide. But there are so many places it would never occur to a hawk to hide. However, the reason the Führers brought me off my Alps in Austria and placed me in French cow country today is because it does occur to me. Because I am aware of what tremendous feats human beings are capable of once they abandon dignity. Ah, the sign. I'll read it for you. It says, "No entry after seating." Do you have any idea what that may mean? I will spell it out for you. It means you may not enter after the performance has begun. As much as we here at the Dakota Royal Concert Hall adore a dramatic entrance, we typically leave it for our illustrious cast when they are on stage. Perhaps you should aim to be on time in future, no?
The Bubblegum Bandits are a ferocious bunch, and it takes days to get all that sticky gum off. They once stuck me to the train tracks just to ask Sheriff Sherbert for ransom. 14 chocolate coins. It was pretty rude, actually. You'd think I'd be worth at least a few golden gumdrops. Long story short, be careful on the route to Candy Cove. If you smell bubblegum, it's already too late.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right. For the second time in my life, I'm guilty of committing a crime. Parole violation. Of course, I doubt they're going to be throwing up any roadblocks for that. Not for an old crook like me. I find I'm so excited I can barely sit still or hold a thought in my head. I think it's the excitement only a free man can feel. A free man at the start of a long journey whose conclusion is uncertain. I hope I can make it across the border. I hope to see my friend and shake his hand. I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams. I hope.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you were impressed with my video capabilities so far. This is so weird because I haven't actually filmed tonight's stuff, but I have to act right now like that's all done. What'd you think? What'd you think of that? Pretty impressive, right? And now I hope that works. You know what I'm saying? A lot of pressure. I put a lot of pressure on myself. But this is how it goes. This is kind of out of order. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie all the time. I do this, I do that. You guys, most of you won't get this unless you're an old draftsman, but there was these old pen plotters, they were called, and they were just like, they do a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit here and a little bit there. And they had all these different pens that would come down and draw a little bit, and it was creating a great big drawing, but it would only draw a little bit over here and zip across the page and draw a little bit over here. I mean, you could stand and stare at this thing all day long. It was that entertaining and mesmerizing. But that's kind of how I've found this to be, is I'm doing little bits and pieces, and then they go back together in a different way here at the end. So hope you enjoyed that. And it was a montage. Okay. It wasn't a medley, and it wasn't a collage. You have to write this shit down. That's bad. Yeah, it was a montage. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. This is so weird because I think I'm discovering the reason why I speak the way I do is because I don't ever get to finish sentences in my world. Now, that doesn't sound good. I didn't mean that. I don't mean that against anybody in particular. What it means is that I'm surrounded by people that know me and love me so much. They know what I'm going to say, and I don't need to finish my sentences. So how lucky am I, right? But here, when there's no one in this room, and I'm talking to you, I can finish my sentences. I can speak all the way to punctuation, and that's odd. I think, I wonder if this is going to change. I wonder if I'm going to speak differently now that I actually have the opportunity to do so. See, it's all weird. I think that's why I stop in the middle of a lot of my sentences, because that's where I get. I've been trained like a dog. That's as far as I ever get. Okay. Finishing sentences. We got that taken care of. Okay, I want to close this week by talking about my career. And I think this is timely and certainly topical. It's week 5. And, I keep making the same joke that I'm waiting for the offers to come rolling in. I'm just waiting for the phone to ring. And that's not necessarily true. I mean, like I said before, I threw a bunch of stuff up in the air, and I did that on purpose, and I'm still throwing several things up in the air, and we'll just see what comes down first. But I'm thinking about the roles that I might get, and I think about local stuff. I think about local commercials and the quality of those. And I don't know where all of you live, but where I live, local television leaves a little bit to be desired. Anyway, and I can see me getting involved with some local people, which I wouldn't mind doing. I've met some really cool people so far along this journey, and here locally, I mean, and I wouldn't mind participating in stuff with them, but I just, I can see me getting cast as like a grandpa in a commercial for a locally owned grocery store, like Bob's Lumber and Grocery. I'm going to get a commercial to do Bob's Lumber and Grocery, and they're going to want me to be grandpa, and I'm out in the park and I'm throwing the Frisbee to my grandkids, and they're throwing them back. Oh, Billy, Sue, and just whatever, just very, and I'm going to get there. I'm going to get on set, and they're going to tell me this is where they're headed with this. And I'm going to go, the only thing that's going to be going through my mind is that the Peyton Manning thing that he did on Saturday Night Live years ago, it was supposed to be a spoof, and it was a United Way and NFL commercial sponsored thing where he was supposed to be out playing flag football with the kids. And if you haven't seen it and you need a good laugh, watch Peyton Manning in a Saturday Night Live bit. I don't know how many years ago it was, and he's throwing the football at the kids and stuff, and he's just nailing them. And it's I would get on set and I would go, well, instead of me throwing the Frisbee, why don't I be playing flag football with the little kiddies, and as I drop back, I take the snap from center, and here comes little Susie on the pass rush, and I just kind of face plant her into the ground. And of course, a lot of this will go into slow motion as she's hitting the ground, and her face is, picking up turf as it's skidding along. And then I drop back and look, oh, there's little Billy. Look, he's waving his hand. He wants me to throw it to him. He's open. So I just rope one to him, and it probably knocks out teeth. He goes to the ground bawling. Right? He gets up and he just comes running after Grandpa. Grandpa takes off running, And I'd pitch this idea to him. I'd go, can we spice this up a little bit? Can we because think about this. If you're Bob's Lumber and Grocery, and you want people to remember your commercial, they're going to remember my version. There's going to be guys at the bowling alley on Saturday night going, did you see Bob's Lumber commercial with the grandpa and the kids playing football? But they're not going to be doing that if I'm throwing the frisbee. Hi, kiddies. Here you go. So I don't know. Maybe I need to be in a different marketplace where things are a little jazzed up a little bit, because the rest of it sounds boring. And I'm not going to do that. That just sounds really like a waste of my time. But I wouldn't mind doing something edgy and memorable. So just putting that out there. Okay, so I want to talk about next week. I am going to have a panel discussion. We're going to be more in podcast mode. We'll be back over in Studio B, and I'm going to have some friends in, and we're going to talk about a controversial topic. I hope it's controversial. I hope it turns into controversy. I really do. I hope people get up mad and storm out. But get really mad and have a fit, like an episode of Jerry Springer, But it's going to be about acting, and it's going to be about where's the line between actor and grifter. Where's the line? Between acting and bullshitting. So I'm going to let that simmer until next week. I'll also have updates. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these audio auditions for Backstage. I'm going to put some more auditions out there, and really, to be honest with you, what I'm waiting for is to make a little bit of coin on some of these so I can make enough money to go join Voices, which I think is maybe a little bit more specific and might be a little bit more effective for me in terms of where I'm headed and what I want to do. But, baby steps, man. Baby steps. Like I said early on, I'm just going to chip away at this. So, but I hope to have news, I hope to have updates about how those are going. And if I got any feedback, the whole time between now and then, I'll still be doing TikToks and, posting stuff on my Instagram. So, wow. Thanks again for joining. I can't wait to see you next week. I haven't thought of I'm gonna have to think of a name for next week's episode. God, I don't know. You know how I love to name the episodes. I'm going to have to... Stop it. God, doesn't this come in Bluetooth? Okay, so thanks for watching. See ya next week. I'll think of a name, and then you'll be the first to know. So hang in there. Merry Christmas. Drive safe.